So Borderlands 4 is shaping up to be the ultimate apology letter to all Gearbox fans. Gearbox is fixing the humor, the skill trees, the movement, but in fixing everything, are they accidentally killing the soul of the series? Personally, I don't know, but let's find out. Let's start with the most obvious change, the vibe. Borderlands 3 was a lot, to say the least. The Calypso twins were less like classic villains, but they felt more like a pair of streamers who got a little bit too much power and went on a galaxy wide rampage, constantly screaming for likes and subscribers, with their jokes really never landed. It was a common criticism, but it's obvious Gearbox has completely changed the tone, and from my opinion, I like it. It's a very welcome shift. Going from Handsome Jack to the Calypso twins, that's a shock. But going from the Calypso twins to the Timekeeper, I love it. I love it. So the story drops us into a brand new world of Kiros, a world that's being ruled by the Timekeeper. Where the Calypso twins were loud and desperate for attention, the Timekeeper has built a society to where he is the absolute ruler. He presents a mysterious, authoritarian figure who rules with absolute control with his synthetic followers, not through vlogs and memes. This isn't a villain who begs for your attention, but he's a villain that demands your attention because he is an actual threat. He commands through sheer intimidating presence, and the narrative is really good for him, and I can really appreciate that. So Borderlands 4 has introduced four new Vault Hunters: Amon, Harlow, Rafa, and Vex. All of them are completely different. They all play different. They all completely different play styles. Me personally, I want Rafa. Who doesn't love Exo Assassin? Come on now, that's just me. But then you got Amon, the Forge Knight, who's directly a tank. Like, he tanks, absorb damage, and turns it into devastating attacks. Then there's Harlow, this more support role, but don't get it twisted. Her support does a lot of damage also. And then of course Rafa, the assassin, the swift, fast movement, it's pure speed and aggression. And then there's Vex, the new siren of the fold, who plays more like a necromancer more than anything. So let's dive a little deeper into that. Every class has its own different types of skill trees. Every class has a red, blue, and green skill tree. All of them do completely different things. So the build crafting and the theory crafting you could do is crazy. You could do 5 in blue, 5 in green, and then the rest in red. It's you can have one overpowered build once you reach the max level of 50. And then there's specializations that also come into play once you reach max level. That takes the gameplay to a whole nother level. It ramps up every single stat you have, from damage to your movement speed to revive speed to second chances. It's they have really nailed the build crafting in Borderlands 4, and I am here for all of it. So when we think about Borderlands, we see more than just story and characters and crazy abilities and skills. We can't forget the most important part of what Borderlands is: the guns. We've seen them tout the thousands of combinations of guns, and they've only expanded upon that even more, adding um, rocket launchers and throwing knives into the game. If you know about them throwing knives, that's the throwing knives are really good right now. Hopefully they don't nerf it into the ground. But can you just imagine Amon with a giant shield and a rocket launcher in the other hand, and you see Rafa with a submachine gun, a throwing knife, him zipping in and out of combat. It's a beautiful thing to see. So it's just a move that complements the expanded skill trees that they have, ensuring the gear that you find is just as important as crafting a unique build. So it's the guns are just a beautiful thing to see when you have the right one, and it can pretty much carry you through the whole game as long as it's within level. So, in my opinion, the constant buzz between the innovation and the narrative identity of the game, it's made me kind of anxious on the future of the game. And when I say the future, there's supposed to have been a great war going on, and I really don't know much about it. The last thing I heard was in the pre-sequel, but other than that, what do you guys think about it so far? Have you guys played it? What class are you guys running? What's your favorite guns? What do you think they can improve on? I'm curious to see what the community thinks about it. Personally, I think it's fine. I think it's a good game. I think you should play it if you have the free time too. It's definitely better than three. Is it on par with two? It's completely up to you guys. Personally, Handsome Jack will never be defeated as one of the great mainstay villains of Borderlands. Those Telltale series he was in, the pre-sequel, he's definitely stamped as the greatest villain in Borderlands history. But what do you guys think about four so far? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, but don't get me wrong. Even though Borderlands is a fantastic game, it does have technical issues. And when I say technical issues, they it does not run the best on like mid to low grade PCs. I mean, I have a mid grade PC. It's nothing too extravagant. It's nothing too crazy. And even I had to kind of ramp down some of my settings to like low to mid. There should be no reason why the game runs as bad as it does. But from what I've been reading, they are working on getting it fixed. They are optimizing it for some lower end PCs. But it shouldn't have launched in that state in the first place, which is a concern. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Borderlands 4 is a phenomenal game when it works. If you can get it to run, if you can get it to play, it's a phenomenal game. I 100% will recommend it. So to wrap everything up, where does that leave Borderlands 4 on the scale of all the Borderlands games? Is it going to be the best one of the series? That has yet to be proven. From a purely mechanical standpoint, it may be a yes. The core loop of shooting and looting is perfection at the most. The gunplay looks tighter, the movement is leaps and bounds better than what we had before. The build diversity is in a class of its own. The quality of life improvements, the open worldness, it's beautiful. It's a new take on Borderlands. But is that really what Borderlands started with? From Borderlands 1, we started out with characters that we did not know and we've come to know and love. Are these characters on the same level as them? I mean, Lilith and Brick and Mordecai, like, can we really say that the characters in Borderlands 4 are on par with them? That has yet to be seen. Hopefully, DLCs expand on these characters' stories a little more. But for longtime fans, this looks like a game of trade offs. We might get the best gameplay we've ever seen, but it could be the potential cost of irrelevant souls that kind of were just moving on along in the game. For new players, it may be a perfect entry for them, but for longtime players, it may be a little bit different. But ultimately, Borderlands 4 isn't what anyone expected. It's not a disaster like 3 was, nor is it a glorious return to Borderlands 1. But it's something entirely different. It's technically superior. It's the sequel that's beautiful to have, you know? It really depends on how you see it and how you want to perceive it. I mean, like I said earlier, personally, I like the game. I like the gun mechanics. I like the shooting. I like the looting. I pretty much like everything about the game. Um, I really can't complain about it. It is what it is. It's not a bad game. It's not the best game. It's a serviceable Borderlands that has a lot of length to grow. It's it's a beautiful game, and I can appreciate it for what it is. Um, it's pretty much all I got. I appreciate you guys. Comment, like, subscribe. First video, so I appreciate you guys for staying this long. Mr. Level Check, I'm out.